Alright guys and gals, today we're going to be looking at the 99 Dodge Dakota power windows. I know in a previous video I said I used the universal power motors for the crank, but the passenger one was starting to go, and I think with that accident it just kind of put it over the edge. So we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to try and switch it out for the power windows, the actual factory regulator and power window motor, that style, and use the switches from the kit, which you can buy the switches by themselves. So if this is something that works out, we're going to see. It looks like it bolts in just fine. It looks like the same as the manual regulator. In fact, it looks like if you drill, I think it's riveted in. We'll find out when we get this one out. If it's riveted in, you can just put the motor on the manual one. So, but I decided just to get a whole regulator. It was cheap enough, so I just got the whole thing. So we're going to see if this works or not. But I'm going to try using the universal switch that came with the power windows that you put on your crank, and see how it works out. So let's get this door panel off and see. Now, as you can see, this is what I have. So these universal motors, and that's the switch. So I'm gonna see if I can disconnect this from here, take all this out, roll this window down a little bit so I get the bolts out, and possibly just take this whole regulator out and put the power regulator in, see how it works. And all I did is I took the plug off the end, and I'm going to find some spade connectors that fit here and tape these up, and then hopefully the power window will work. So we'll see. Alright, so I got the factory one out. It's right here, as you can tell. Some of the bolts I kept in because you just got to slide them off. But I mean, it looks almost identical to this one, so this should work. And as for the connectors I'm using these. Basically they're the same size as you'd use for aftermarket speakers. So when you get that harness in the box with the like your aftermarket like indoor speakers, it's got the smaller terminal and the bigger terminal, so you don't mix positive negative up. It's basically the smaller terminal. That's what that size is. So I had those in my garage laying around. I don't exactly know the size I used for it, but I know I had some extra from when I do speaker installs. So let's get this thing mounted in the door, wired up, and see how it works. Alright, so it's all installed. Felt me a little bit, but it could be because the door's a little messed up from the accident. Don't know. It's wired in. Now he's got to put the key into the run position and see without touching the wires here. Here's how it looks right now. Like here's the window motor. Here's that universal switch. Let's see. So it seems to be working. I'll get the window in here and see how it does, but I gotta switch the wires, they're backwards. But yeah, that should be it. I'll get it all back together and see how it works. Okay, so in true internet part ordering fashion, they sent me the wrong parts. They have it listed wrong on their site. So I had to order the other side because I plan on doing both sides anyway. So I had to order the driver's side to make it work for the passenger side because they have them listed wrong. So I guess the next video to see is after I get the new parts and we try it again. But it did seem to bolt in, but it was all skewed wrong because I mean the motor's supposed to sit like up this way, and the way they brought it was supposed to be this. So when you put it in there, it didn't sit right. So it didn't have full motion. So well, we'll see what the new one comes and see how that works out. But like I said, eBay ordering. Cheap parts. I just want to see if this is going to work before I buy anything, more OEM style or OEM quality. If it works, it'd be sweet. But as for now, I'll be back to manual rolls until I get my new parts.